Ladies and gentlemen, it's hot. It's like 100 degrees out today. I've been here since 10:30 this morning. Spent 4 hours plus weeding my garden beds. It's hot. So I got my pirate bandana on today. So the next project we're working on, see all those cucumbers? They're supposed to be up on those trellis. So that's what we're gonna do. What do you say? You want to trellis some cucumbers with me? Let's do that. So if you're gonna trellis your cucumbers, don't let them get to this point, okay? I am using these plant clips. They just clip together. If you're not using these guys, I highly suggest you switch over to these. Open, closed, just like that. And you can reuse them a couple seasons. They work awesome. So the tricky part with cucumbers is even though they vine, okay, they don't like to bend very much. So I gotta be super careful here when I'm clipping these. If I can get them all up, all these little tendrils will start grabbing on to the plants. But you see what's happening, right? We're getting multiple vines from each plant, and I gotta try and turn those vines back on themselves and see how the tendrils have grabbed onto the rest of the plant. So somehow you gotta try and spin them back around and at least get them up onto the trellis where they'll start to climb. This should be interesting. Now, if you're lucky, look at the squash bugs, guys. Look, 1, 2, 3. Kill those things. 4, 5. Wow. That's not good. So let's see if we can do this, eh? We'll start low, like that. And then, because we can get this one taller, we'll pull this one up. And that's the goal here, getting them to grow up. Sometimes, if the tendrils are curly, you can take the tendrils and wrap them around an upper trellis like that. See, you can take them and you can wrap it back around again and they'll hold. Yeah, plant after plant. What do you say? Let's keep going. Got my bucket of clips and yeah. You know what we'll do? Maybe we can do this from the opposite side. Let's see here. There. How's that? That's not so bad, eh? Okay. I just gotta walk around the trellis. All right, so pull them under without snapping them, because if you snap that tip off, you're done. See how high we can get these going here. Okay. One plant at a time. One plant at a time. I'm trying to figure out where one plant starts and the other plant ends. Here we go. Uh-oh, that's not good. I don't know if this one's gonna live, guys. I think this one might be kaput here. Is it sick? You see all those leaves? See how they're all just limp? I think this one's sick. It might be, I hope it's not bacterial wilt. Bacterial wilt is what killed all my cucumbers last season, all 32 plants. Yeah, that's what it is. See? You see? See the coloration? That's bacterial wilt. This plant is dead. That is from cucumber beetles. Yeah. The cucumber beetles can transfer bacterial wilt into your plants when they chew on your flowers. And once your plant becomes infected, it's done. You can't backtrack on that. You can't treat it. It becomes systemic and it's finished. So that's unfortunate. So if you're gonna trellis your cucumbers, guys, don't let them get to this point here where mine are at. All right, hang on. Oh, we're all jacked up and crooked. Oh my Lord. So we work down that row there from that side. We got them all tied up. There are some that's sick like that. And I'm pretty sure that that's bacterial wilt, which means that plant is done. There are a disgusting amount of cucumber beetles on my plants. They're everywhere. So you can't really fight it. The only thing you can do is try and kill them, which doesn't really work because you have to be here every freaking day. The other thing that you can do is, hang on, let's put this tripod down here so you guys can see. The other thing you can do is with the cucumber beetles you can try and hide your cucumber plants. So you can take like peppermint essential oils and you can spray your plants with them and it'll act as camouflage, and then hopefully the cucumber beetles won't find your plants. Plain. So now I'm going down the back side and I'm trying to tie these up. But the tripod doesn't sit very nicely in a pathway. I'm trying to get some footage for you guys here, but it's really hard. So, like I said, you have to be careful with these vines because they'll bend to a certain extent and then without warning, they'll just shear right off. And it's usually the top that breaks off. It's usually the top that breaks off. So if you're lucky, if it's not too high up, you'll get another sucker that'll grow out of the next branch union down, and that'll just kind of take over as a top. See? Cucumber beetle. Two of them. Look at that, one on top of the other. So that's what I'm doing now. We're going down and we're gonna get the last couple growing. Oh, come on. There we go. And all this growth you see is only 2 weeks, because I was here 2 weeks ago and these cucumber plants were not even long enough to get onto the bottom of the trellis, which was only 12 inches or so off the ground. So that just shows you how fast these vines can grow when they're happy in the sunshine with lots of water. Because we've been getting a whole lot of rain lately. So my goal here is to try and train them up the straight lines when possible. That way they'll be easier to maintain. But sometimes that doesn't work out so well. So sometimes I'm just happy enough to be able to clip them on the trellis, because I don't want them on the ground whatsoever. Because if they're on the ground, they'll get trampled on and they'll grow into the rest of my garden beds, and that's a big no-no. So they all have to be up. They all have to be on the trellis all the way up. My goal is to have this whole trellis netting here, all of this as one great big green cucumber growing carpet, basically. So we have another one here, right? Get our clip. And you sometimes when you're lifting them, the plant will kind of tell you which way it's comfortable bending. So with these cucumbers, don't bend them in a way that the plant feels like it shouldn't be bending that way, because then you're going to lose it. And usually, if you can get them up and pointed up, they'll continue to grow up, right? They like to climb. So as long as you basically give them an opportunity to do that, you're good. And then one more. This is the last piece on the last vine. There we go. I know it's super messy and it sure doesn't look good, but you know, this is what happens when you don't get to the garden for a couple of weeks. See, and there's even some vines down here that I could probably, sometimes you're able to just kind of fish them through and they'll hook on. Because cucumbers put out suckers just like tomatoes do, right? So if you can either trim those suckers off and have just one single vine all the way up, which is great, super easy to manage that way. You get less fruit, but super easy to manage. Or you get big tangled messes like these. So we're battling cucumber beetles. And let's see though, there's lots of flowers, so that's a good sign. So that's it for cucumbers, folks. what am I doing next? I'm going to tie up all those tomatoes. That's the next project. This video is over. Hope you learned something about trellis and cucumbers. It's been a bit of a shit show in here, not gonna lie. It's also about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've been here hours upon hours. So I got a bunch of things I got to do, and I can't leave till they're done because I can't wait another week. So I'm gonna shut this video off, go over to my tomato patch and hit record and do another video. So hope you learned something on this one. If you're new, smash that subscribe button. Stick around. I'll see you soon. Later. Grow good food.